Yo, what's going on, you? So I was just doing my YouTube roundabouts and just looking on YouTube and, YouTube stuff. And then I came across this video right here, Do All Men Think the Same? I'm gonna watch it with you guys, and I'm gonna give my input, as I am, if you didn't know this, I'm a man. I have the male particles. So for those of you who are watching, oops, stop playing, you idiot. For those of you who are watching at home, just pause the video throughout it. Feel free to let me know what you think for each question they ask. Strongly disagree, to agree, to strongly agree, slightly agree. You get the idea. So without further ado, let's get into this.
I just always got all my skincare from the females in my life.
I have a great salt scrub for you.
Oh! He just roasted him. So we're gonna skip ahead to the first question. I believe sports are more. Oh, this guy's already moving. Which way is agree? I think this is agree. This side is agree. I believe sports are more natural. No, disagree. I would slightly disagree. Slightly, because I mean, arts. You can go from like musicians to like. I mean, I don't know. What do you define as an art? I find myself in. Slightly disagree.
It's natural.
What is this guy doing? This guy's way too excited.
Well, now I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm really
How
Oh,
am I
wow.
disagreeing with the professional NFL
They strongly disagree.
Because some of the most quote-unquote manly men in my life are musicians, actors, people that I relied on as an image of masculinity. So to say that
Yeah,
arts
that's
are
exactly
less
what I said.
masculine than sports, for me, doesn't make sense.
My mom's a cheerleading coach. I think cheerleading is a sport. I argue with her. I'll never let her know I think cheerleading is a sport because I think it's fun to argue with her.
Oh, he said cheerleading. I'm sorry, cheerleading is not a sport. I would have to disagree hard with you, CJ. Hard.
down, getting back up. I mean, learning those kind of principles at such a young age. I think that's kind of what
Your boy
helps
loves
create
you so
a
much.
sense of strength that kind of helps carry you into a certain sense of masculinity and manhood as you get older.
So I'm an actor. One of my recent roles was Donkey in Shrek the Musical. There was blood, there was god-awful sweat. Because the costume.
And then the crying.
Yeah, there was crying. There was crying.
talking about the physical aspect, and I really agree that there's physical in arts and in sports. But then there's that mental aspect. You talked about like failure, getting back up. Like even before you got that donkey role, how many people had to get the audition for that role?
Locker room talk is part of it. Ooh.
3,
Ooh.
2, 1.
No. I would have to strongly disagree with that one. Locker room is part of being a man. Because, here's why. Alright, hear me out. All that stuff with Trump, it was all locker room talk. It was just him and his buddies on a bus. And he was just talking. Nobody was around, nobody heard except his buddy, and apparently had it reported. And guess what? That came and bit him in the butt. Somehow he still won. We're not getting into that in this video. No, I would strongly disagree. I think locker room talk, it's a day in the past. Like, I don't know. I don't think locker room talk is a thing anymore. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm in college. It doesn't go on that much. Ooh, even split.
I'll start it off because I spent a lot
Very
of time in
good.
locker room.
Yeah, this guy's an
This
NFL player.
phrase, locker
You should
room
know.
talk, has taken on a life of itself. Obviously, in the past years, it's been a hot button issue, and it has changed since I was a 6-year-old and I said
agree
my
with
first
this guy
swear
so
word,
much.
and my mom and dad said, "Kyle, that's locker room talk."
But I also think about locker room talk as like sexual in nature too. Someone is gonna say it to you. Someone's
Yep.
gonna initiate your locker room talk.
I mean, I think growing up, playing sports and all that, I think it has found its own way with this new locker room talk as of 2016. And I think that's kind of switched to this weird sexual harassment.
I think by the nature of the question, though, them asking us this, it is the people that are crossing that line that we're talking about.
See, that's a good question, though. That's a good question to bring up.
Women.
If it's
Not
just
even if
locker
you're
room talk
belittling
and you're just
women,
talking with your
you're
boys,
objectifying them.
it's not even a question.
Come on,
Because
Mr.
it is still bad.
No,
because
man, that's not what
it
makes
killed
you a man.
Trump.
That's not something that should be part of that.
I think men's main role in
There we
this
go.
situation is stepping forward, setting boundaries, and still having fun within the framework of those boundaries and respecting one another.
As a black man, I looked at it as like barbershop talk, more so. And I just feel like it's just being a safe space for men
Facts.
to be able to get those ideas out. So like if it's something that's like you find extremely offensive and in the confines of that safe space, I could say it. You could
I
say,
like
hey,
this
this
guy.
is why I think it's offensive. And I
I
can
like
say, oh,
him.
I never thought about
He
it
makes
like
a lot
that
of
without
sense.
having to take that out into
I
the
agree with
world.
the
Realistically, on the
tall
road,
white
I don't
dude.
think men have the
NFL player. I don't
opportunity to
even know who it
express
is.
feelings and things like that like they can in the locker room. Like, I'm sure there's locker rooms where you've cried, where you were able to have other men confront you and say, okay, so
Men should be the head of the household. Ooh.
3, 2, 1, go.
Slightly agree. Here's why. All right, hear me out. Don't kill me, you feminist. I'm not sexist. I'm not going that way. I'm not going down that route. Okay, hear me out. Let me take these off. Let me get personal. I don't know. My wife's bringing home the bacon. You better believe she's the head of the household. She is making the decisions, the financial decisions, all that good stuff, because that's her money. But I don't know. I guess I can kind of stay neutral, but I'm gonna go slightly agree. Let's see what these guys say.
Go.
Even split again. Same exact people too.
My grandpa was a colonel in the Vietnam War fighting for the country of
Ooh.
Laos, and if anyone needed a tank, they would talk to him. Anyone needed anything, he was the head logistics commander. And then my dad, he was like the head of a gang. So
But what does that have
kind
to
of
do with
demanded respect
head of
and
the
they
household?
became the head of everything, and in turn both of them were heads of our household. I feel like I have to be able to be the head of the household and have people rely on me when needed.
I just feel like when it comes
So he just
time
wants
for
to be
deference,
the head
most
of the
time
household because his
women
dad
prefer
was.
to defer to men leadership. And my dad was a primary breadwinner, and
See, that's one thing that's good to mention is, fella, you gotta stop barking. I'm filming a video, please.
and my dad got laid off. Automatically, my mom became the breadwinner. And they just switched those roles, but like when it came time for decisions and stuff like that, she still deferred to him most of the time.
So these
And
guys
it's
are
like
just
we didn't
going
miss a beat as a family.
off their
And I feel like
personal
that's what
experience.
she wanted. I feel like that's what most men, or most women want from their men. It's better
It's
for the
all
men to be in that position. I don't
personal
feel like a woman
experience,
can't
I
be in that
think.
position.
Yeah, I'm going to build on what you're talking about, CJ, because I feel like each one of us has a unique set of circumstances.
Exactly.
And in your case, your dad was really smart in terms of his, decisions. That's why your mom probably relied on him for that stuff. And that's not to take anything away from her. But I'm over here on the disagree side because the question was, should a man be the head of the household? Verbatim, correct?
Yep.
Now, my response to that is no. There is no rules
Right.
for who's the head of the household.
I completely agree with that. There's no rules set in place or rules that they have to follow. It's just commonly men are the head of the household, and if a woman is, there's no judgment there. It's not a big deal. I met my father's expectations for what it means to be a man. Ooh. I'm gonna go strongly agree. I don't know, Dad. You tell me. If you're watching this, Dad, which you better be watching my videos, you let me know in the comments if met your expectations as a man. But I would think so. I think basically what it means to be a man is hardworking, dedication, faithful, loyal, and just a good person. Like, honestly, what it means to be a real man. Treat others right and don't. There's such thing as toxic masculinity. It's true. Sometimes I think I have it, but I don't. But I think I met my dad's expectations. I think I'm a hard worker. I'm pretty independent. Yeah, I think I did. So I'm gonna go strongly agree. Let's see what these people say.
1, go.
Ooh, everybody. Oh, same guy. Oh, he's walking me shameless.
Stalk myself over here now, guys. Never made it. This is a high bar. I am constantly still striving,
Dang.
but
This just
my
got real.
father has different standards than me, and I'm proud of who I
That's
am.
all that really matters,
but
then.
there's a small part of me that's just like, I wish I could hit that bar, but it's also part of
Dude.
me that's like, there are some parts of that bar that
Exactly. As long as you're happy, I feel like it doesn't really matter if you meet your parents' expectations. If you're happy with where you came in life and how you're doing, I think that's all that matters.
Expectations, as we all know, within the family can be very tough. And I know you've alluded to this a few times today, and I feel for you. I really do. Like, in my heart, I just want to give you a huge hug because I have a dad who has whether he knows he's putting them on me or not,
Man. Facts.
there's unrealistic expectations. The name on the back of my jersey, we share. The number I chose to wear was the same that he wore. Profession,
Man,
the
this got
same.
really real.
I will never be
think,
my dad
I
because
think
he
I'm
was a
done here.
world.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that goes along with the whole gender role thing. People really tend to hold on to those gender roles and really hold you to that. If you don't meet the certain expectations of a man, then you're not a real man. If you don't hold that same thing as a woman, you're not a real woman. I think it's a whole bunch of garbage. I don't know. I think it just takes the happiness and the uniqueness out of a lot of people. I feel for that guy. That's sad. This YouTube channel's name is Jubilee. If you guys want to check out more of their videos, I have a lot of other ones. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comments. We can do more of these. They're actually pretty enjoyable. So if you guys did enjoy this video, if you did, please guys, give it a thumbs up. We are on track to get 3,000 subscribers in the next 2 months. So if we do that, that'll be insane. Thank you guys for all the love and support you guys give me. Appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember guys, to keep moving forward. Love you. Peace out.